Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the single thread of tag goes over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lit Dizzle, soon to potentially be joined by none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself, Mr. Whatever he wants to call himself, Mr. AKA ScooterRay. And of course, ladies, the heartthrob of the IWC himself, Mr. Jaeger Bombastic, so fantastic, fashionably late enough to have you coming back. We'll be here live in effect, I promise you. But first things first, AEW was a fantastic fucking show. I don't know if I have anything bad to say about it yet. We'll see as we continue to talk about it, but as I'm thinking about it now, not necessarily. Everything about it from top to bottom was good. I love the pacing of the show. I love the fact that they are future-proofing everything. I love how there's feuds within feuds within feuds along this show. I love how they're just building up consistently over and over and over and over and over again. But with that, I know that Scoot normally covers the news in certain aspects, especially in terms of WWE side. I don't have too much to say about WWE stuff because half the time I don't really care unless it's NXT related, which even that's still somewhat tentative. But there is something that I do have to go over, and that's in terms of comments made by Jinder Mahal, basically defending WWE against the fans. In certain cases, basically stating that WWE has no problem creating new stars. And honestly, I beg to differ. And I'm just going to go by it and basically give a rundown about what he said. And I quote, "Yeah, they absolutely do. That's what we're in the business of, right? Just being a fan myself. So I grew up first the Hulk Hogan era, then the era of stars came Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Mankind. And then new stars came in the next generation, Rock, Stone Cold, and the next generation after that, which, of course, he likes to bring up Randy, Cena, Batista. Oh, wait, one sec. Bada bam, bada boom, Scoot in the room.
What it do, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, I had to bring in and say the Mr. AKA himself, because we didn't know what you was gonna come with.
Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is October, right? So, you know, this is usually a special month for a lot of people. And, you know, I had to do it right for this month of October. So, you know, as you can see the name, you know what I'm saying, had to let the people know right there the creativity is shining today. So that's why I chose Dustin, you know, aka the natural. You know what I'm saying?
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
So, but see, this the thing though. With the help of the missus, you know what I'm saying, she got me right today. So as soon as this thing worked, she got me right. So you know what I'm saying? Had to let the people know.
Okay,
you know
I'm not mad at that. You know, tell Ash she did a good job.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, as she was doing it, it was a little bit of Dustin with a little bit of Kane at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I come right for October, you know?
Well, kudos to Ash for doing that.
Gotta come right, you know?
Yo, that's dope, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we literally, like, damn near just finished it. So I gotta make sure I touch nothing. You know,
and you got a cut.
What's up?
When'd you get your haircut, man?
A while ago. It's just starting to grow back in. And
Did I not
can't
notice
really
this when
tell.
we were at?
Yeah, it was. I always wear the bandana, so you know what I'm saying.
That's what it
That's
was.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, Scoot. I was taking up your job for a little bit with the scoops.
No, you good. You good.
But I mean, I was gonna drop this on here
Man,
anyway.
you covering NXT by yourself. You're stealing Scoot's gimmick. Like, what's
No.
going on here,
Because
up?
I had just like read this shit, and and it was apropos for me to just come on and talk about it. But basically, Jinder Mahal is defending WWE against the fans. Basically with the fans stating that WWE doesn't make new stars.
I did briefly see this.
Okay. So basically what I was just saying was that, he brought up the fact, he had Hulk Hogan during that era, had Hulk Hogan and Macho Man and all them. Then he had, the next generation with Undertaker, Mankind, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. Then after that, you had The Rock, Stone Cold, et cetera, et cetera. And then he goes on and he has the audacity after bringing up Randy Orton, John Cena, and Batista, he brought up the fact that now at this point in time, he said himself, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Bobby Lashley, Kofi Kingston, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. And then he goes on to say that that's several champions over the past 10 years. And then there's probably more. So my thing is, if we just go down the list of the people that he stated, he said himself first and foremost, which I don't agree with because he was, for lack of a better term, before he was a champion, enhancement talent. He hadn't won any championships prior to winning the. At least I don't think he won anything prior to winning the WWE championship. If I'm correct, I don't believe he did.
He was part of 3MD. It didn't get shown.
You talking about Jinder?
Yeah.
No, he won the U.S. title after his.
Okay, so it was after. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but other than that, he was only world champion.
So there's that. Drew McIntyre, yeah, he was built up at a certain point, but then they dropped that whole ball, even when they had the Chosen One gimmick going on. And then he left, built himself up, and then came back. Then they pushed him.
Yes.
If we talk about Big E, they can possibly say that because it's under the WWE umbrella from NXT, then going onto the main roster.
I'll say New Day in general.
Yeah, New Day's fine, except for Kofi. Kofi was already a star before that.
True.
And even if we talk about him winning the championship, that's something that happened just on, a chance. It was not something that was in the cards. Nobody was planning it. So it's not like, WWE made Kofi Kingston in that regard. He was already made under that. And again, yes, it's still WWE. But as far as champion-wise, that was by happenstance. Bobby Lashley.
Lashley's the same way. He left.
Yeah, he left, came back, and then there was that. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is a situation to where they pretty much force him down everybody's throats up to a certain point.
Yeah, he had no choice.
And then he started to get himself over after that. Seth Rollins, he was on the indie scene a long time ago. And then he came into WWE. So he's talking about these guys being made. Not so much, because it's that this is where I don't necessarily believe that, because if we even think about that, let's talk about Jinder. How many people can sit here and say Jinder had this match this time? Was his title reign even memorable?
Yes and no.
Okay, well then let me ask you this then.
It's memorable for the wrong reasons.
I think I know where you're going. So then let me ask you this.
For the wrong reasons.
If it wasn't for the whole thing of them going to Saudi Arabia, do you think he would have been a champion?
Fuck no.
Okay. So yeah, that's one of my main gripes about that. And Drew McIntyre, I don't know if he hadn't left. I mean, granted, he got fired, so I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's your answer right there. So Big E, I think Big E would have been a champion eventually. It would have taken a while, but I think the New Day thing kind of helped that along the way with the popularity of the New Day.
Yeah, because he even said that being with the New Day kind of got him out of his shell more. So it did.
Okay, so then let's go with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, same thing. He really couldn't talk well, and I think he still has a good body of work in terms of his look, aesthetically, and in-ring stuff is perfectly fine. But as far as promo-wise, I don't think WWE would have pushed him without MVP.
That's a fair thing to say. I'm not gonna lie. It's very fair because I mean, look what happened with him and Leo. You know, it seemed like it could have went somewhere, but then it was like no. But then all of a sudden, he became a new guy. Apparently, whenever he got with MVP, so obviously Bobby just turned around and just boom became somebody new when he was with MVP. So I don't know, weird, but hey. But
very
the
true.
thing is, too, though, just like how everything else is different with the measuring stick, unfortunately, the measuring stick is different this time around because when we talking about the stars Jinder Mahal is talking about compared to the stars then, yes, these people are stars, but they're nowhere on the levels of Hogan, Savage, Flair, Shawn, Austin, Rock, Cena, Batista, Trips. They're not nowhere near that level. So yeah, they're stars today because the goalpost has changed. It's not the same goalpost anymore.
I can agree with that. But at the and the reason why I agree with that is because that's very true. But in terms of what he's saying, the fact that he even introduced all those names and never even had that caveat in there to be like, okay, well, things have changed along the way. Because he could have easily saved himself and been like, well, it's different because before you had megastars who people paid tickets to go and see. It's not that same thing now. Like nobody's buying tickets to go see Roman Reigns. They just know that he's very entertaining as a heel character, which that brings me to that aspect as well. It wasn't until he did what the fans continue to ask him to, or ask WWE for him to do, that he became as popular as he is now.
Yes, absolutely.
And with the Kofi thing, Kofi was pretty much already a made man. Like he already had a Hall of Fame worthy career outside of winning the WWE Championship. It's just the fact that now they're more so talking about him because of that accolade.
Yes. And then too, so if you're looking at today, if we're looking at the stars of today, we're talking about Seth, New Day, Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, Bianca is getting there. Who else? I'm trying to think. Oh, Roman, of course. Even if you're looking at the stars today, like it's still such a weird thing because you're not seeing them nowhere else. You're only seeing them in this WWE umbrella. Like, they're not on Saturday Night Live or they're not in some random movie role. Other than Sasha being in Mandalorian and New Day being in all that. But, they're not given a chance to cross over into the mainstream because, once again, Vince doesn't want another wrestler to have that type of leverage over him. But, even if looking at the stars today, like we had people, we had people like Crash Holly. Crash Holly was a star. because anything that involved him in that hardcore title was interesting as hell.
Yeah, because it was different.
They tried to do it with Truth in the 24/7 title, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But you know, then you had people like a Mankind who kind of came out of nowhere and became a star. Like,
that's true.
It's weird because, and I hate that I'm about to say this, the stars of today would technically kind of be the mid card, upper mid card of yesterday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I hate saying it that way because I really, really respect those people so much. But if we really put it in perspective, you wasn't outshining Rock, you wasn't outshining Stone Cold, you wasn't outshining DX, you wasn't outshining Undertaker. So if you wasn't, or we can even add Kurt Angle to that. So if you wasn't one of them people, you would have had to do the utmost to stand out.
True.
Maybe the New Day probably could have still stood out because the tag division was still the tag division. So maybe the New Day could have stood out, just maybe. But the women would have had an uphill battle back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
An uphill battle. Like, it would have been, why try? You know, why try? So gender is right and wrong at the same time because the goalposts have shifted. It's not the same goalposts as it used to be.
I mean, it's very obviously built by that design, though, that there is a bit of an agreement that WWE has made homegrown talent because everybody that they import, they go through NXT, get their shine there for a few years, and then when they get called up, they end up getting buried somewhere in the mid card.
And they might sniff a title one day, and then next thing you know, they're done away with.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I think the people that have come closest to like stardom would be like maybe Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But like you have your Johnny Garganos, you have your Adam Coles, you have your even right now Karrion Kross. They just don't get the respect that they got in NXT. Even though they got such an amazing build in that show.
Yeah, and that's one of the main problems that I have with WWE is that, and just like you said, Jaeger, how they come in, it's that whole stigma of the WWE style because what happens is they see you do something elsewhere and they want to bring you in because of what you did outside, but they bring you in and they dilute everything that they signed you for to make you work the way they want you to work and takes away everything special about what made them want you in the first place, which is fucking crazy to even think about.
You know what? You could almost think of it like an evil scheme because once they go to WWE and then that flame kind of dies out for them because they get so watered down, where else are they going to go? Because every other company is going to, I mean, yes, they have that stardom. Oh, I was in WWE, but they also know that this person has or is willing to downgrade themselves, for lack of a better term, and maybe give up on some creative rights.
That's, there's a conspiracy theorist thing about that. If you think about it, like, if you want to be conspiracy theorists and put your tinfoil hats on, it's almost you can say that they're taking everybody that could take the attention away from WWE, signing them to a contract, diluting them completely, and pushing their own stars while everybody else that was making waves outside of WWE in catering
undesirable.
Correct. I mean, it was funny because a few weeks ago, Mike was like, Yeah. I don't think WWE could mess Shotzi up if they tried.
Yeah.
And I had to hit him with a dose of reality. I said, "Did you not see Karrion Kross? Do you not see Ricochet?"
Huh?
And he was like, "Oh, which when we get off of this point, I'll get to the next story after we finish with the gender and his whole them making stars."
Oh, I mean that was pretty much it. I just wanted to discuss that because I just found that interesting that he would really defend that aspect and then compare now to.
He's a company
But like
man.
you said, yeah,
You know?
of course. But where is he on the card now? Gender, where are you on the card right now? What storyline are you in? What titles have you won since you came back? Tell me that. I'm just saying.
Let that man be.
I mean, I will for now.
He may be perfectly happy with where he's at.
Gender, talk to me in 6 months. See where you at.
Any gold, Gender?
All right. So the WWE draft is officially done and over with, and all this other good shit, right? So per the news I did send y'all, the plan was to split Montez and Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
But instead,
I think Montez Ford was going to go to Raw, and Angelo Dawkins was going to stay on SmackDown.
But they chose to right, Loki. But instead, they chose to split Mason T-Bar instead. That's who they split in the situation. Now,
who the hell? I'm sorry to sidebar, but who the hell is Ivar?
I mean, no, Mason T-Bar.
Mason T-Bar from Remnants of the Retribution.
I'm talking about somebody
Ivar
else.
is one of the Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Eric and Ivar.
They didn't split them too, did they?
No. Viking Raiders went to SmackDown.
I just saw that Ivar was like a single name, and I was like, "Why is Ivar?"
They just listed them individually to let you know.
Okay.
Because they did the same thing with Hit Row and everything. But if you look at the draft in general, they split Jinder and his team because they split Veer and Shanky. So Shanky, I think, is by himself, and Veer and Jinder are on the show together. They split Shotzi and Tegan, which they never got a shot at the tag team titles.
Which is fucking stupid because they should have won. They should have won the title.
Yes. Who else they split? They split some. Oh, like I said, Mason T-Bar, and there's another team I think they split too. But for the most part, I guess you can kind of say the New Day in a sense. They still separated.
Which again, stupid.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, does WWE hate tag teams, or
Jesus,
is this part of a bigger plan to keep splitting tag teams?
Well, I know you can probably argue no in some aspects, but judging by what they did with the tag divisions and how they're splitting them up, and how the women's tag division has 0 women's tag teams outside of the women's tag team champs, it's hard to argue the fact that they don't hate them. So yeah, I'm almost in the camp of they hate tag teams.
Because my brother had also asked me, shouts out to Mike. He also said too, why still have tag teams? And I said, well, the problem is tag team wrestling is still synonymous with wrestling. So you don't want to be the weird company without tag team wrestling. Like you don't want to be the company that doesn't have tag teams at all. Because then they're gonna start eating you alive with, we have tag team divisions over here, or we have tag team divisions over here. Oh, we're gonna throw a whole tag team tournament, So WWE has to save face. Obviously, tag teams aren't really a thing that they care, but it shows with the lack of tag teams.
Very much so.
Because also the other weird thing is they will split a tag team and pair them with other people.
Yeah, which is again another weird thing in general on that aspect, because of the fact that you spent all this time having these two together, then you're gonna split them up to pair them with separate people. Shout out to the Iconics. That's exactly what they did to them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which was the dumbest thing.
Same thing with Heavy Machinery, but granted, in this case with Otis, this was better for him because I think this is a better role in Alpha Academy.
It is.
You know, because that has legs, that has longevity written all over it, and I feel they can do something with it.
But in the same breath, what was wrong with having both of them in the Alpha Academy?
Nothing at all.
What was wrong with both members of Heavy Machinery being in the Alpha Academy and them being trained to be more serious and more focused and things like that?
Nothing at all. Tucker Knight could have relished in this.
Exactly. But nope. So WWE, I think they really do hate tag teams.
Or at least Vince does.
Because, I mean, they took Xia Li away from T.A.G. They took Ridge Holland away from Pete Dunne.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I really hate saying this. I really do. How long is it going to be before they split up Hit Row?
Matter of time.
Exactly. So, how long will it be before Hit Row gets split up? Especially since they all got called up together.
Oh, it ain't gonna be long. I give it to maybe summer of next year.
That sounds about right.
Unless something happens. Yeah. So we'll definitely see.
Yeah.
We got anything else on the docket as far as newsworthy shit, Scoot? Oh shit.
So, this whole ratings thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This whole ratings thing has been pretty funny with, who's watching what and this, that, and the third. So, according to a source that got information from NXT, they spoke to a source regarding NXT direction and what the expectations are.
Mm-hmm.
This is all to bring a new, younger viewer who is connected with pop culture and trends. Needless to say, the demo numbers are disappointing, but we are hopeful. This is just a bump in the road. No, wait. It's a reason why they specifically said the demo numbers are disappointing. Apparently, the demo that is watching NXT are 64-year-olds.
Yo, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, 0.39.
Apparently, the older people are watching NXT and not the younger people.
Because they got guys on NXT now talking about safe spaces and whatnot, thinking that that's going to trigger like us to watch as millennials and Gen Z.
Right?
Huh. Interesting. Yeah.
I wonder when older people are watching though. That's kind of funny.
Now, of course, it's not down considerably. It is down from the previous week. Is it? Because I think the previous week was 655,000, and the other one was and then this week's was 632,000. That's not a huge gap, but it's still a downward trend since the initial debut of NXT 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and again, I mean, like I said in my recap of it, it wasn't like this week's wasn't a bad show. So I mean, they're showing progression and they can do better, but at the same time, it's just one of those situations where if you're not hitting the mark, it's going to be a slow burn to a complete downtrend.
Well, the biggest issue with NXT is kind of like what I said in the September wrap up. They're just throwing so many things at you.
And that's a problem.
They're just throwing stuff at you. Then it's like, wait, I don't wait, who was that guy? Who was that girl? It's like, if it's not Toxic Attraction, it's like, wait, who is who at this moment? And they just keep throwing people.
Yes.
And that's the issue. But yeah, apparently the older people are watching NXT and not the young people. So I find that just like hilarious.
That
old people, in a sense, are watching NXT.
That definitely a surprise. I never would have expected that, but I guess in this sense, because everybody else is so in tune with the independent wrestling scene, whether it be, you know, ROH, Impact, or you go to bigger promotions like New Japan or AEW, they're more likely to watch these shows because, again, they don't necessarily treat wrestling fans like they're fucking stupid. And you know, that's not really saying that WWE intentionally treats its fans like they're stupid. It's just the fact that their booking sometimes begs to differ.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the issue. With AEW, New Japan, they pretty much give you a straightforward idea. Say, hey, this is what you're getting. And then there's no shame about it. WWE, they know what they're giving you. And when people call them out on this shit, they try to play stupid as if, nope, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah,
as if we can't see it.
It's all part of a plan.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, it's not only that, but like if you're a person who watches WWE and is like even kind of active, you will see that they recycle storylines quick.
Yes.
It'll be like, wait, didn't y'all just do that on SmackDown with this person, but now you're doing it on Raw with these women? And didn't you just do this exact same thing last week almost, in a sense? And it's like, okay, that's something. And the problem is it's kind of bleeding off into NXT. And that's the issue. The WWE way is bleeding off into NXT because, like, for instance, the whole Von Wagner situation. It's like, oh, how many times does he have to go save Kyle O'Reilly for Kyle to quote unquote finally trust him now? And it's like, I don't care. Don't.
No. And damn it, and I hate that you're doing this, Scoot, because you're saying a bunch of trigger shit that's making me want to go off on fucking tangents. And I know everybody's here for AEW, and I know we're definitely going to get to it. I promise you. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about NXT and the main roster. NXT, for the longest, had been setting up layups for years to where it's like, we got this storyline built in. You can carry this shit on into the main roster because we got a feud here. We can finish it off here, and then you can go ahead and start them off on the main roster and then bring that shit up. We got a shitload of just storylines and feuds that's been going on that you can easily transition into the main roster because why? We're under the same fucking umbrella.
Apparently not.
The only person that they actually truly transitioned from NXT to WWE without any modifications was Asuka.
Yes.
Yeah. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' relationship.
And I watched Raw and SmackDown this week because of the whole draft. And like even just watching Raw, it was like you can tell it turned into a whole bunch of, hey, you might see this person 3 or 4 times tonight because we ain't really got shit else. So we're going to just try to make it work. and then like for instance, you're gonna say, hey, we want to do fresh and new storylines, but then you put Edge and Seth on the same show.
Yeah.
To continue the rivalry. It's like, did you put Bianca and Becky on Raw to continue their rivalry, but you want fresh new things? It's like, fuck out of here.
No.
Yeah.
You're still getting fresh and new because now they're on Raw instead of SmackDown.
You're right. They're on Raw with their beef and not on SmackDown because apparently it's made in their head that people who watch Raw don't watch SmackDown. People who watch SmackDown don't watch Raw. I don't know. But yeah.
I don't watch either, so I'm not tripping either way.
But, that's all the news I really have for now. So if you want to elaborate on something.
No, I think I'm giving WWE enough time tonight. But Dynamite, like I said at the top of the show,
they really got it down with 8-man tags. They really know how to make 8-man tags like phenomenal, whether it be on Dark Elevation or on the TV with Dynamite and Rampage.
So
very much so.
I will say at the top of this, I have 4 issues with this show.
Damn.
4 issues. One of my issues came in this 8-man tag.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Sure. 5 issues.
Yeah, well, with this match, I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm glad that they started this off, and I'm glad that they actually prefaced it beforehand by saying that the entrances are going to be live, because there was no question why everybody was in the ring once at the top of the show. So that part was good. The biggest thing that I liked about this match is the fact that it looked and it felt like everybody in this match was having fun. Mm-hmm. Just the whole feel of the entire match just felt like another day at the office, having a good time. This does not feel like work, period.
Yes, this match was great. And then I think the whatchamacallit fucked this match up for me. The ref. How in the fuck does the Elite stay in the whole match? Like, the whole time, the Super Elite is just in the ring. Just in there.
Countouts are at a referee's discretion.
Now, I will say this, that whatever they wanted to call it, that 4-post BT trigger was sexy.
But that was that nice little quad BT trigger.
But it was just like, fam, ref, kick some people out this damn ring. But
I think what happened was, after probably the funniest moment to me, I think there was so much care and concern to that issue that the ref said, whatever, because at a certain point, Marco Stunt was just chilling outside the ring and he was trying to get everybody off of Christian, and we had a child abuse moment. At least it looked like it. And anybody who knows me knows that children crying is fucking hilarious to me. And it shouldn't be, but it's very fucking funny. And I get a kick out of it every time. And the way he looked when he got super kicked was like if somebody went by and just super kicked the kid out of nowhere, undeservedly. And I chuckled very hard. And I rewound it back 3 different times to watch it and laugh about it, to the point to where I forgot that the match was even going on. I know Marco's son is like early 20s, but listen,
I think he's like 27.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is like past mid-20s. My bad. That makes it even more funny. Look, Marco,
son, you a grown ass little man.
Marco, me and you, we good. But that shit was fucking hilarious. And I'm not going to apologize for it because I got a good laugh out of it. And we all know laughter is the best form of medicine.
Yes.
And you cured me last night of whatever ailment I could have had. So thank you.
Although I will say, shout out to the Bucks for that top rope indie taker. That was
cool. They didn't get all of it, but shouts out to it.
Yeah,
it's all good because again, I felt like they were having fun in there, and I think when that's the case, everything comes off very different. So, yeah, completely all for it.
And then it definitely showed that Luchasaurus is still mad awkward in the ring for some reason. I don't know why, but
I mean, dude's like 7 feet tall, swinging his legs around. I'd be pretty awkward about that myself.
But like I said, other than that, I didn't have issues with the match itself. It was just the funniest thing of like, ref, are you gonna kick any of these people out the ring? No, you're gonna just all right. Okay. They just all be in there. Okay.
Although commentary did, comment
they
on
did.
that.
I'll look at it like this.
Another week without Don Callis.
Hey man, you should look.
Unless something is seriously wrong. Something is wrong. Different story. But
nothing's wrong.
No, man, he's suit shopping.
Yeah, see, I was about to say he's getting a suit tailored, and he's waiting for the right moment. But close enough. It's the same thing. So yeah, we're here, Jaeger. Yeah, look, he's getting a new wardrobe. Scoot, he about to flex on you real hard. He about to be the new drip king. He's about to say fuck Seth Rollins and everything.
He ain't taking that from Seth. Seth got the drip.
I'm just saying. It's gonna be drip callus. Oh,
drip callus.
Drip callus.
All right, y'all.
Drip callus. Yep.
Scoot about to go get the Glock.
Scoot, don't look. Don't hate on drip callus, man. Drip King Callis, if you really want to be for real about it. He coming with these suits.
Oh, so you're gonna really just drive around in there, ain't you? Just all right, y'all. This was fun. Y'all can handle the rest of this without me.
DKC.
DKC. See, look, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm not even on Twitter like that because I can't stand it, even though I still plug it on here. I'm about to be on Twitter just like throwing nothing but Callis in his suits all over him. Drip King Callis all day. All day. And I'm going to tag Scoot in there just to let him know. DKC, with a Bivens smile right next to it.
Gonna throw up a collage of pictures of Callis and then Malcolm Bivens like right there. No. You know what, Scoot? We'll make you feel better. We'll put Malcolm Bivens' head on top of Callis' suits.
So that way he can say that he wish he could look this good.
No. Don't y'all ever disrespect Bivens like that. Don't disrespect Bivens.
He did it to himself a long time ago. I don't think we did anything to add on to that.
Man, when you're photobombing the icon,
leave him alone.
Minding his own business. He's over here photobombing the Iconics like.
Exactly.
That is not minding your own business.
Let Bivens be.
Looking like that creepy Bivens uncle in the background.
Diamond Mine forever.
No, fuck all that. But the Elite go over with the aforementioned BTE quad trigger or the quad BTE trigger. Beautiful. And Jungle Boy was the one that took the pin, so poor him.
Yeah, they got to stop letting Jungle Boy lose.
Yeah,
like let's. Yeah, like they
That's
could have
actually getting to me. Like
somebody else.
Yeah, give us you know what? I kind of wanted to see Adam Cole versus Luchasaurus. That would have been better.
You know what I mean? We might get it.
Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying it would have been better. I mean, yeah, still can, but it would have been better for Jungle Boy overall.
But
like I said, I had no issues with this match other than the ref, and I even thought it was cool how they did all the entrances pre-show. So you have to go on there, IG live to watch the entrances. So I thought that was a cool little touch because they had so much going on that show that they didn't want to take 10 minutes away from the show just on entrances.
Crazy. But they know, again, they understand what they have to do. They know their pacing and everything. And I think they're trying to get better on these commercials, even though they kind of falter on them a little bit of the show. But, we'll get to that.
I like how they constantly remind us that they are a 90-second commercial break.
Right.
Hey, look, they're trying to keep you in your seat.
Yeah, they're making sure you
I
don't
can
flip
do a
the
lot in 90 seconds, man.
That's true.
Yeah. Make sure you don't flip the channels.
We had CM Punk obviously come out again for yet another promo and still talking about how he hopes that everybody's not getting tired of it, or he's surprised that nobody's getting tired of it, which again is still alluding to I'm going to build everything up, get your hopes all high so I can break you all down with my heel turn.
And I'm letting you know this now. It might be some foreshadowing with this CM Punk situation.
Oh, explain that shit.
Please.
We'll get there later.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, he left. Oh, no. Oh, no, he got so excited he left.
He didn't want to see it too soon, man.
I guess so. But I think Daniel Garcia and CM Punk is going to be a pretty solid match, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that Garcia didn't come out and kind of stare down Punk or, jump him from behind when he got to the ramp or anything. But I think it's going to be a pretty solid match. Like, I have no issues with these two going at it.
I'm happy about it, but I'm surprised that there's not more Team Taz drama.
Well, that's because I guess they went back to the whole Brian Cage shit, which I guess we'll talk about later. But
yeah,
I guess we'll get back to that because I'm so sick and tired of that feud. Like,
yeah, I don't see why
it's
still
Brian. Let it go. Like,
move on, sir.
It's okay.
You lost the family left
title. It's fine.
Right.
Like, let it go. It's not even a sanctioned title. So why did you care so much about this damn FTW
Because Ricky took it from him, okay? Of all fucking people. I think he would have been fine if Powerhouse took it from him.
Possibly.
Yeah. What, the FTW title?
Oh, yeah. There you go. Your excitement levels got that high?
They did. So much so I had to grab another drink.
Oh, okay.
So what is this foreshadowing you mentioned, Scoot?
Oh, it'll come later.
Oh.
Well, I love seeing, you know what? He's pulling the CM Punk shit. He's building us up to break the shit all down.
Yeah, it'll come later.
All right. That's
interesting.
That's Jericho's thing. Breaking down walls.
That's the other issue I had with this show.
Oh. I just need some direction with it, that's all.
Yeah.
What, with CM Punk?
No. He mentioned Jericho. But we'll get to that too.
We'll definitely get to that. But CM Punk basically, I mean, like you see in the fucking graphic there, he called out Daniel Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
we mentioned that this is gonna be a pretty solid match.
Oh yeah. No question at all.
I do like. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just I like the fact of, again, the parallels between him and Danielson. is the fact that Daniel Bryan wants to beat everybody he can, and CM Punk wants to build up everybody he can. And it's funny because thinking about it, you would probably see it the other way around based on like the type of demeanors. And I think it's fantastic. And Punk's doing a fantastic job because, again, if this is one of the situations where it's like it's his pseudo face run just to basically build up the whole hype of it to just kill all dreams and get back to the pipe bomb Punk that we all know and love. This is a fantastic way to do it because he can sit here and go along the way of just building everybody up, helping whoever he can, and then just get selfish as fuck.
Ooh, please.
Go ahead, Jaeger, my bad.
Oh no, I'm just liking the fact that while he's doing this face turn, while he's running this face game, I guess, he's challenging all the young stars too. He's not, and that heel turn's probably going to come whenever one of these youngsters eventually beats him.
So you think it's actually gonna get beat by one of them?
I mean, I think there's going to be maybe a surprise roll up. I think there's going to be something, but I think he's going to go through like more than a few of these younger stars, and then probably end up losing to one of them, and then that's when he's probably going to pull the trigger and turn.
I wonder who though.
I mean, there is somebody who it could be.
Who is that?
Well, I'll give it out of two people.
Okay.
The surprise would be Dante Martin, but
I was thinking of Dante Martin too.
Because they're doing such a good job with building him up. But if we're thinking about the pillars of AEW for the future, this may be Jungle Boy, like his resurgence, because we talked about how we talked about how he's been losing and taking all these L's the whole time. Because again, I was thinking that he was going to be the one to take the title off of Miro. Clearly, the surprise came in Sammy G, which we'll get to him later on as well. But Jungle Boy could be that potential person that does that. So,
but I don't know. We gotta make sure Dante Martin lives.
I got a theory about this too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Indeed. And I think it's going to be surprisingly fan-fucking-tastic.
Okay.
But
all right, so let's just keep it rolling so we can get to these theories and shit.
Well, so Punk and Daniel Garcia on Rampage. Straight to the point. Punk giving out his Jordans to Mini Orange. Or Tangerine Cassidy.
Clementine Cassidy.
Ooh, there you go.
That actually does have a nice fucking ring to it.
Clementine Cassidy.
But Clementine Cassidy, there we go.
Sounds like
and then he walks. Then he walks off. But we get
did you pay attention to the walk off though? He was He was like, which tunnel do I go through? Then he was like, oh yeah, this one.
I think that's like the third time he's done that. So now it's at a point to now he's like, yep, I'm being cheeky. I'm teasing what's gonna happen. But from there we get the debut of Bobby Fish in Sammy G's first ever defense of his TNT championship. And yeah, I do believe that Bobby Fish is indeed All Elite. I believe he is signed.
Yeah, he's officially signed. They put the graphics up and everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's there.
So, yay.
Yeah.
Now we just got to get the other two members of the Undisputed Era.
It's gonna be a little bit.
I know it's gonna be a little bit,
especially with O'Reilly.
But
actually, if anybody's going to be on the chopping block first, I think it would be Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah,
you think so?
More than likely.
Over
Roddy, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can see that. About to say, it wasn't a bad match.
This was
the ending.
It was the right amount of time, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was just the ending. Well, not so much the ending, the after. The after is what. Okay, I'm gonna just skip ahead. Sammy G, Bobby Fish, good match, great match. Sammy G for your first defense. Sammy, you need to holler at the inner circle, my guy.
There needs to be some heel work done there.
Cause they let you get your ass stomped before. I mean, come on now. Fuego del Sol should not have been the first person out there.
I think that was more so to show Bobby Fish's strength, like to show this is not like a random wash competitor.
Yeah.
But yes, there definitely should have been Jake Hager or Jericho out there with him.
Yeah. My situation with this, and this kind of goes to the moment that Sammy won the TNT Championship, and that's the fact that I think that should have been a complete inner circle celebration once he won.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because of how much they tout about being a family, and it's this is what it is. It's just pretty much us against everybody else, and I get Fuego coming out there. That makes sense. No problem with that. But everybody else in the locker room, and then you have Proud and Powerful, Santana Ortiz come out, but no Jericho, no Hager when he wins. And then this week, you get it on the opposite spectrum where no Proud and Powerful, but you get Hager and Jericho.
Mm-hmm. And then why the fuck did Jericho's music have to hit? Like,
I don't
just run out there.
I hate that in every fucking promotion, unless like there's a reason for it. There's like, okay, and we'll probably get into it later with Ricky Stark's thing. But if you're not wrestling at night, you don't have to have fucking ring gear on, and your music doesn't have to play if it's a fucking run-in. Those are my gripes.
Yes,
but yeah, this Dan Lambert thing, I was cool with it at a minimal perspective. Like if you just had Dan Lambert being like the mouthpiece for men of the year, which they don't need, by the way.
No, they don't.
But if you just want to have a heater on that aspect of it, cool. You want to find a way to bring Jorge Masvidal in if he is getting signed by AEW. I don't know if that's true or not. Then cool. But all this extra shit, no. Clearly, anybody that's from American Top Team is going to be able to wipe the floor with the majority of people in AEW. Don't make it seem like it's fucking equal. Hager is the only one. Yeah. Nothing against Jericho, and Bobby Fish would be believable too because he does he does martial arts as well. But I mean, come on, come on. There's no way that Jericho is going to be able to stand toe to toe with Junior Dos Santos.
No.
So I mean, come the fuck on. Just stop it. Stop it now.
I've seen JDS do some horrible things to his opponents. So no. That damn Judas effect, JDS will look at that and be like, that's it?
So I mean, yeah, just come on. Just stop.
I have a feeling what's probably gonna happen. JDS will probably have minimum time in the ring. It'll probably be Men of the Year in Inner Circle, and JDS might be in that every now and then. He's probably gonna have minimum, very minimum time. But yeah. No,
yeah,
this was another issue I had with this show, because it was like, all right, and then Dan Lambert, it was like
Jesus, he has to talk. Like, why does he have to talk?
I'm cool with him being a heater.
He used so much words, like it's just like, fam, just say, hey, we're in Miami next week. Miami's our town. Fight us in Miami, and I'll make sure the BMF champion Jorge Masvidal is there. Like, he had to like say all that extra, like get your point out.
And I think that's the downside to them having just like bullet points of what they're supposed to, or what their promo's supposed to be, because they say, hey, we're gonna basically stay along these lines of what we're gonna talk about. Go out and just say whatever. And they get lost in the shuffle of what they're trying to say or what they're trying to stick to, and then they end up running over. So, I just not my thing. But I mean, but again, I'm good with Dan Lambert being a fucking heater. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah,
but all this extra shit with with American Top Team, with them, like with members of them, like Paige Van Zant, JDS. Sorry if I'm forgetting names of everybody else that was there last night.
Andre
JDS
and Jorge Masvidal.
Oh wait, Andre Arlovski was there? No, I think he was there last night.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
but he was there prior.
True.
Because
but
Ethan Page wasn't there yesterday.
Really?
It was Scorpio.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Huh?
Yeah, it was Scorpio.
I never never noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, wait, is Paige not there? But yeah, Paige wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah, this is one of the missable things. I mean, granted, again, I'm still like, fantastic fucking show, but this was something that was missable as far as the segment, because the match was fine, but the end segment was like, not necessary. From there, we get a segment with Darby Allin, basically reciting the things that a lot of the AEW fans kind of already know, as far as his story with his uncle and why he doesn't drink, why he paints half of his body. Like, I'm glad they added that to anybody that doesn't know or doesn't follow AEW religiously, or hasn't been previously before, like COVID and shit like that. So I'm fine, because they still kept this short and sweet, and I like that. In terms of the match, though, don't really care.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put anything Nightmare, anything the Factory in the same boat with the HFO. FOH.
Yeah, and see, and here's the crazy thing about it, is that they actually had a window of where they could have hooked me just a little bit, and that was during the time of when Anthony Ogogo was feuding with Cody, and a little bit after that, because so Anthony Ogogo beating Cody would have been the jump off point, and then QT Marshall, the way he delivers certain promos is still very good. To the point to where it would make me kind of like the Miz in WWE. Like, you don't you know that he's not at the top tier of in-ring performers, but he's fantastic on the mic. QT Marshall, good on the mic, not the best, but still good. To the point to where I can overlook some of his in-ring stuff and say, you know what? I'll still support him regardless in this aspect. But they missed the mark on a lot of things, to where I'm like, I just don't care about this shit.
Well, I mean, not to keep harping on it more, but one of the things they missed out on was he could have still kept bringing people in. You know, just Solo, Camarado, and well, shit, Go-Go's not even. He's been MIA since.
Yeah, I don't know why.
But you know, just Solo and Camarado. It's like, fam, like you could have been still bringing in people. Like you could have had a stable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and another quick sidebar, Jaeger, unless you can help us out. What the fuck was that with the gun club?
Wait, did I miss something?
They been present on Dark and Elevation since that one time you mentioned them?
Oh, since that one time where they were just onlooking Paul White's match?
No, when they had the promo after that.
Yeah, since that promo, how many times have they wrestled since?
They've been wrestling on Dark and Elevation.
They have been constantly. Okay.
I mean, they've been present. They haven't. I wouldn't say they've been constantly. But
okay.
Yeah, especially because like the Paul White match, like they just looked on and were like cheering on Paul White from the stage while Paul White went up against 3 people. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure. I guess they're waiting until the trios belts to pull the trigger on the Gun Club and make them a little bit more relevant.
But yeah, I didn't really care. And then, you know, QT hitting the cutter on Sting, Sting popping back up and was like, fam, what the fuck was that? I didn't care.
Yes.
Well, I guess since we here on Darby, how do you feel about the beatdown from the masked men?
You mean the pinnacle?
The very obvious pinnacle. The very obvious pinnacle.
It was not the pinnacle. It was not Sean Spears who hit him with a chair.
You mean the guy who only uses chairs?
It was not.
I don't think Sean Spears was there.
Darby with a chair. It was not FTR. It was the 2 guys beating him up. Warlord did not hit a F10.
These were masked and mysterious assailants. Yeah.
Were there 5 there?
Yeah, all 5 were there.
Yeah. Sean Spears was there. FTR was there.
I never it never clicked.
But once again, it was not Sean Spears, FTR, Wardlow, and MJF. It was 5 masked dudes. So
I get it.
In the words of 2 Chainz, no face, no case.
I get it. You're right. Jaeger. See, here's the thing. It wasn't the Pinnacle. It was members of the Scouticle.
No face, no case.
Making their debut.
Why you gotta do them like that, Scoot?
No face, no case. That's how we operate.
Now it makes sense why you painted half your face tonight.
No face,
because no face, no case. They can't convict you if you only got half your face painted. You weren't even shown. Okay. And now you're making fun of Darby Allin.
In the limo, guys. That's
I'm not making fun because I'm actually am inspired by Dustin this week. But you know, like I said, there was no face, no case. So we don't know who these 5 gentlemen that attacked Darby. But
how much was that limo, Scoop?
Huh?
How much was that limo that you were sitting in when they get the beat down to Darby? Huh?
You know, as a matter of fact, hold on. No face, no case. Okay.
Oh, goddamn.
No face, no case.
I am glad that we are talking about this because this kind of piggybacks off of what we talked about earlier about the whole gender and new stars thing. Because if we think back to like the Attitude Era where we had Trips, Rock, Austin. During that time, before they were in the Supreme main event picture, you had these guys feuding with each other, Rock with Trips and Rock with Austin. And then it would transition to the main event where these guys were feuding with each other. I feel like they're doing that same thing right now between Darby and MJF. Like we already know that's going to be MJF and Jungle Boy at some point in time. But you have Sammy Guevara off right now in the top mid card scene. And now you got two of the top guys right now, your main babyface and your main heel, feuding in a pseudo mid-card area right now. And basically getting the Pinnacle involved with Darby, which is probably going to spawn on to what's going to happen with Mox and Kingston at a certain point, and getting them involved with which I think is fantastic. Which you get the three brothers and Papa Sting against the Pinnacle.
I mean, it makes sense because Darby can't handle Darby can't handle these 5 masked men by himself. You know,
these random assistants, as they're called.
I didn't know Retribution came to AEW.
They did. they did.
Oh, trust me, they didn't.
All I'm saying is, don't think Darby can do this alone. He's gonna need help from his 2 big bros and Papa Sting.
Sting.
So do we just get the 4 of them against the Pinnacle / unknown masked assailants, or do we get somebody else integrated into this on the side of Darby?
I don't know. That's a good question.
If we're involving somebody else, who would you think it would be?
That's another good question. Because you know what? I don't know.
Yeah,
because if they do honestly want to push the Varsity Blondes, I think it will be a mixed match between these two, like with having them team up with Darby to go against them.
Yeah,
because they did such a bang up job with Brian Pillman Jr. and MJF.
Oh man, that was a timeless classic.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, I think they take the handicap.
I can see
that. They just go.
I'm assuming, is Griff Garrison hurt or something?
No, he was wrestling on the side, and like he made a showing at some local wrestling promotion. I can't remember what it was.
Because if Griff is quote unquote still temporarily out, I can see them adding Brian Pillman Jr. to have an even 5-on-5.
Not at all. I just thought about it.
Who you
Hernandez.
got?
Hernandez
homicide.
Huh?
Homicide.
Hernandez or homicide?
Oh, sorry, homicide. My bad.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. I
can see that.
Because that's a perfect shoe-in to fit him into that real quick.
Yeah.
Especially because he was in that small little piece for the Grand Slam bit that was on Elevation.
Yeah, because what I think they're gonna do is they're gonna keep beating up on Darby until the point to where Mox and Kingston are like, all right, no more of this bullshit. We gotta interject in this because Mox and Kingston are gonna let Darby get his ass beat for a little bit until like they intervene.
They're gonna be he's a big boy, he can handle himself.
Exactly.
You done getting beat up.
Which again, I love the dynamic of these three, and I love how they built it up from the whole Mox and Darby thing, and then integrated the Kingston and Moxley relationship, and then just said, "Fuck it, we just gonna mesh them all together because we already know everybody's close. So fuck it, here we go." And then there's Papa Sting. So
we shall see.
We definitely shall fucking see.
The nickname of Papa Sting.
And we'll cover both of these things. By the way, Darby beat Camarado, just for the record. But
I think they will. But I hope they catch those 5 men who jumped on Darby.
Whoever they may be.
Whoever they may be.
I hope they get caught
I mean, it looked like the announce team already knew damn well who they were, but
face.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all know. They're from one of two places: 505 Pinnacle Drive or 506 Scoutical Drive. So
no face, no case.
Man, they're next door neighbors to you, Scoot.
No face, no case.
But yeah, these two segments that we had within the show, I know this one came earlier. Dante Martin came out and basically said, "Fuck it, he gonna call out anybody in the locker room."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he actually delivered this very well because before he couldn't deliver a promo worth of shit, and now good to go.
Mm-hmm.
At least for this one, I don't know if he's gonna do anything else down the line, but at least right now,
I don't think this was the person he was asking for.
No, because everything went black, and then we had Malachi Black show up right behind him and deliver a black mask.
Too.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the finisher?
And I loved it.
What's the finisher called?
I'm still calling it the Black Mask because that's what they call it in NXT WWE. I don't think they have a name for it now. I mean, well, no. I think Excalibur called it the Black Mask. So I don't think WWE has the rights to that name. So, but yeah, he delivered it, and Dante Martin sold it.
And then he got the mic and said, "The House of Black accepts,"
which I love.
Yes,
because now it's almost showing that the House of Black is an entity all on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still more foreshadowing, but I love the fact that they're still building more and more feuds in the best way possible. Because again, Malachi Black could be doing squash matches up and down AEW Dynamite and Rampage, but he's not.
In my personal opinion, Malachi Black should not lose no time soon.
Yeah, of course not.
And the thing is, Dante Martin doesn't lose anything from losing this match either.
No.
Because he's going to showcase himself in the best way possible anyway. So it's a win-win.
Yes, absolutely.
And Malachi Black doesn't really hurt anybody from going on a winning streak because, matter of fact, I don't even think that he's even ranked right now.
He probably isn't.
To be perfectly honest, which it would make sense based on the people he's been facing.
He's only had 4 matches?
Cody twice. He had more than 4.
Cody twice, Lee Johnson,
Dustin.
Brock. Oh, yeah, there was Dustin.
So 5.
Oh, Brock Anderson, yeah.
So 5.
Okay, so what we're looking at right now.
Dante will make 6.
Rankings wise, for the men's, both TNT and AEW World Championship, Orange Cassidy at 1, surprising. Moxley at 2.
Oh, it's not updated. Never mind.
Lance Archer at 3. Miro at 4. Christian Cage at 5.
Miro at 4.
How was he 5?
Because his only loss is to Kenny Omega.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Be back of the line.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, in a way he should be, but they really are deaf. Which is this is weird too.
Same thing should be said about Miro then, since he just lost his belt.
Miro's at 2, and he's at 13-1. But the crazy thing, which Orange really only lost 1 time.
That triple threat match.
Huh.
I think they're only counting Orange's singles action for that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Mox is at 13-2, and Archer is at 24-3.
Fuck shit.
Because he's racking up those W's in Dark and Elevation. Dude, every week he would come out in some new fashion of either throwing his opponent out of the freaking entrance ring. I'm sorry, the entrance tube, whatever you want to call it. or carrying them out there, or just some kind of way of just like completely dominating them.
True enough.
But all right.
So yeah. Malachi Black will eventually get his comeuppance, and he'll be able to contend for one of these fucking titles eventually. One thing I do wish that they would do, and I understand why they don't, because it would kind of muddle everything else, is I wish that they would show like a full, like maybe like 20 people in the rankings.
Top 20.
Yeah, to kind of show like who's going to come up next or something like that. But
yeah,
I get why they don't, because it actually makes sense to kind of keep everything else elusive in a way.
Well, hell, they showed top 10.
Yeah, even that. The next 5 up would have been perfectly fine. But I'm not mad at this list though, because I mean you get again, because the TNT Championship and the World Championship share the same ranking system. You can slot Orange in the TNT Championship title and have a dream match between him and Sammy. So, and Miro can easily shoot into the World Championship picture once.
Yeah,
you know, somebody of the cowboy variety wins, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, Dante Martin got laid out. Malachi Black stands tall and then leaves. Then we have a segment with Armed Anderson.
Armed Anderson.
And Cody Rhodes, which Arn was in the backyard of Cody's house, burning his motherfucking jackets.
Just burning shit.
He literally carried a fucking barrel to the backyard.
Just burning stuff.
Just to burn some shit. And
not giving a fuck.
No, not giving a fuck at all, because even Armed had some lines for him. So you got too Hollywood.
You heard Cody like, what, you gonna shoot me?
Cody with the "you gonna shoot me" bit was hilarious.
Armed Anderson.
And then Armed with the rebuttal of, what, why don't you just draw a star on your face?
Oh, with the dig though.
I was like, huh.
Oh man.
I like Cody's reaction to that. He's like, oh, come on, man.
On some real shit. I don't know what has gotten into Armed Anderson lately, but I'm loving it.
Oh yeah.
I'm loving it.
He's fed up with Cody just like we are, man.
Like, I'm loving it.
It's because of the promo that he had. He was already on to something when he was basically saying everything the fans were saying. But once he got memed, it was like, all right, we taking this to the fucking moon. Shout out to Cameron Grimes. But I don't know if we necessarily get a heel turn, but I can almost guarantee
a new attitude.
Well, I mean, yeah, new attitude definitely, but he's definitely going to revoke that AEW World Championship clause.
Excuse me, I'm actually surprised it's still in effect.
Me too, but consistency. I'm glad that they stuck to their word. But yeah, it's time, because I think he's either going to turn heel and do it, or he's going to be a face / tweener and just be selfish and say fuck it. Which I think that might be the way he can still kind of keep his word on the whole heel turn thing, where he says, I'd retire before I turn heel. Cool. Don't have to turn heel. But if you just say fuck everybody, you're not really being a heel. You're just focused on yourself.
Just looking out for yourself, yeah.
And you're showing your daughter that you need to stand up for yourself, and you can only do it for yourself, which I think that might be the route that he goes, because that's your loophole. So yeah. So I guess we get more of a t-shirt Cody and less of a suit Cody down the line. So we'll see.
With the ripped sleeves.
With the ripped sleeves.
Or the cut off sleeves, whatever he does.
But yeah, shout out to Arn for even saying like, you forgot about us.
Mm-hmm.
So which is weird because then if you watch Road to the Top after that, you see clearly that that's not the case at all. But
not the case at all.
Yes, I've been watching Road to the Top.
Yeah, I watched it.
It's AEW's fault.
Yeah, it comes on right after, so it's like ain't shit else on TV.
And then there's that commercial break that they make you stick around for.
Commercial break.
We'll get to that later too. But
I forgot about the interview with Sammy on the commercial. Oh, not Sammy, but yeah, we'll get into that.
But after that, we get at some point in the night we got an official announcement that everybody kind of already knew what was going to happen.
This shit was hilarious to me.
Oh yeah, why?
Why is the TBS women's title bigger than the AEW women's title?
Damn.
You know what's funny is that as we were watching that, Britt once because clearly they revealed the TBS championship for the women's division. Britt was like, "That looks better than the women's championship."
I was like, "Why is the belt bigger?" That's the first thing I saw. That's the first thing I honed in. I was like, "The belt is bigger than the AEW women's championship."
Because now the Rose is going to win it at some point, and it won't look stupid.
You know what? As you said that, I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I can see some of the bigger, muscular or bigger competitors winning it. Like I can see the Statlanders, the Nylas, the Jades, people like that winning it. So that way, like you said, it's already
accommodating, I guess,
in a sense.
Okay. Now here's the thing, and I know they're going to end up adding this, just like they did the men's world championship and the TT championship. I'm pretty sure they're going to put the TBS championship in the same rankings as the women's world championship.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because did they say how many women's in this tournament?
Not yet, because the tournament's not until January.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
I literally thought this shit was sooner.
No, I thought the tournament was happening sooner, and then the championship match is going to be in January.
During the Serena and Shida match, they said that the tournament wasn't until January. I thought the finals was going to be.
That's what I was thinking.
Show, but apparently the tournament is not until January.
Okay, so that kind of takes away everything else that I was about to say, because I was honestly going to be like, well, how come all the women in the top 5 aren't in this tournament? So
automatically being it, yeah,
exactly. So that kind of changes it a little bit. So that's cool. I was hoping that it would have been sooner.
Me too.
But
it made sense for the tournament to conclude. Was it January 5th? Their first episode on TBS. The finals would have been on TBS to crown,
which definitely would have made sense.
Yeah,
to crown a new champion on TBS. But because so far we have Sky Blue, Ruby Soho, Jade Cargill, Thunder Rosa. Wait, was that it?
In that promo, yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So basically, just 3 women who talked about it in that promo. Oh, okay. and Dr. Baker had mentioned something about it.
Which is a good thing on her end, because and this is where, even though there's criticism between like the sizes of the 2 titles, this in itself spoke to me immediately, because when you talk about the whole phrasing of the title doesn't make the man makes the title.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they made that title bigger for a reason. And Dr. Britt Baker's promo after that made even more sense, because she automatically belittled that title and basically stated, hey, okay, good. I'm glad the title's here, because now all these other women can stop coming for my stuff and start fighting for that shit over there and leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
almost like, okay, yeah, I'm going to eat this main course. You can get these table scraps on that end. Have fun. I like that. Fantastic heel work. Shout out to Britt Baker, fan of the show.
Yes.
DMD for T.A.G, T.A.G for DMD all day. But I'm fucking over the moon about the TBS title because now, as far as I know, we've talked about it before, I don't think there's been any other promotion that's had a mid-card women's title. I could be wrong.
Nope.
Again, correct me in the comment section below if I am wrong. Go ahead, Scoop.
I don't think Impact has. I don't think, definitely not WWE. WCW never did, so I think they might be one of the first to have a secondary women's title other than a tag title.
And I'm prefacing this because I know somebody's going to end up probably saying, like, Women of Wrestling or Stardom or Shimmer, all this other shit.
Yeah, because
those are specifically women's.
Yeah, so it makes sense for them to have multiple titles because of, it's an all women's company, so it makes sense for them to have multiple titles. But yeah, but as far as like the major companies, I think this is the first one. Like I said, I guess WWE kind of did it with the women's tag titles, however much you want to count that. But
yeah, and my thing is this, is that now with the introduction of this title, AEW is on the precipice of having the best women's division in all of professional wrestling. To be perfectly honest. Because if you give the women a workhorse title, you can bet your ass they're going to be putting on match after match after match. And I segue that into the Shida and Serena Deeb match.
AKA match of the night.
I agree.
Because, the whole time it was like, yo, Shida's going to get her 50th win. If she wins, they had the trophy sitting out there. And these women were out there dueling. Dueling. And
beautiful,
it was amazing. It was amazing. Because the thing is, once again, if I was a betting man, I would have lost money. Because I knew Shida was I'm like, they about to give her 50th win, whatever. So it was like, no matter what Serena was doing, Shida was going to find a way. But the woman of 1,000 hoes had an answer for everything.
You want to know why they did that shit? Because professional wrestling over the years has conditioned us to think that way when they put something in the ether. To be like, okay, she's about to do this. But I love how they did that. The same way they did Serena Deeb versus Riho.
Yes.
They are finding ways to build people up without diminishing the person that they beat. Which is why this women's division is fucking fantastic as of late. And Serena Deeb, if you thought she didn't deserve that NWA Women's Championship before,
right?
Just wait.
Hey, but did y'all smell that in that match though? Like, did y'all smell something within that Serena and Shida match?
What we talking about, Scoop?
You didn't get a whiff of a reunion of CM Punk and Serena Deeb?
Oh, you mean in terms of a straight edge society variety?
Because this is the foreshadowing I was alluding to. Serena has already shown her aggressive side. CM Punk is going to at some point, and why not reunite CM Punk and Serena Deeb again? Once more.
You're right, Scoop, because it's funny because I remember a certain person saying that we could potentially get an AEW version of the Straight Edge Society. I remember because it was me that said that shit. And I agree with you. And I think that it will be fucking fantastic. Now, if in fact we are fantasy booking, who's some other members that could potentially join? Could we get a Darby Allin heel turn?
Well, I'll say this. The Dark Order seems to be fine. You know, a Darby or Allin heel turn will be pretty interesting. He could be like, you know what, Sting? Fuck out of here, old man. I'm getting tired of you.
Ooh, Darby Allin turned on Sting saying, "You have done nothing but weigh me down."
You know what? To be honest with you, Punk Darby and Deeb would be enough. It doesn't even have to be a big group. Them three could just be the new SES.
I mean, that's technically how it was before.
And they don't have to do all the dumbass head shaving. Like, please don't do that.
No. Matter of fact, you won't even look. Darby, in a way, could be a face for life. To be perfectly honest, but I mean, we pretty much have the inception of SES in AEW right now. Because we still have Festus, aka Doc Gallows.
Oh shit, Gallows is still there.
So if we get Punk, Deeb, and the Good Brothers after the Elite implodes eventually.
I forgot Gallows is still on and off there.
Because again, Anderson is a consolation prize with Gallows at this point.
Yeah, because they can't have Joey Mercury. So
yeah, exactly. So
with Machine Gun,
we pretty much have SES in AEW.
Yeah, we do.
Officially, unofficially.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, because look, we can say that him and Anderson have been partying, drinking, all this other shit. You talk about Anderson's like marital problems with him having all this shit going on
because they're not cheating enough, guys.
He's not. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm just saying.
Fella, okay.
It's look. It's and the funny thing is that there's nobody connecting the dots right now because you have Doc Gallows over there in the Elite. You have Serena Deeb doing her own shit. You have Punk doing his whole face turn shit. And nobody's doing the whole, we have all the members here for the most part.
And the fact that she broke the trophy, though, like she was like, fuck you in.
I know.
Broke it over Sheeta.
I love that. And I love that she made Sheeta tap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I will say it's going to suck if Sheeta gets her 50th win on Elevation or Dark or some shit like that. But, you know, that was something. Because like I said, if I was a betting man, I would have lost on that one.
I think she's going to get her win. I think she's going to get it on Deeb. I think they're going to have a rematch eventually, and she'll get that win back.
You think they're going to take that long?
Well, not long. I think they might build for it. That might be a match for like the pre-show of Full Gear.
But you think they're going to wait that long for Cheetah to get her 50th win?
I mean, because again, I don't think they're gonna
could affect her mentally.
That's true. Because I mean, they were talking about how she was, you know, like she was suffering from an injury anyway. So
okay,
I think they may write her off for a little bit, and then on Full Gear, or the lead up to Full Gear, they'll talk about her and Deeb having a rematch, and then she'll be getting that back on pay-per-view instead to reward her that on the pre-show. And it takes away from nothing, honestly.
Well, then the thing they need to do between now and then is have Deeb on TV more, so she has more presence.
Have Deeb on everything, please. Matter of fact, have Deeb throw her hat in for the fucking tournament for the TBS title.
Oh, I have no doubt she would be in it.
Oh, me neither. I just want her to voice it though.
Yeah.
Because, matter of fact, we're gonna have, because we've already talked about Jade Cargill and Thunder Rosa, but Chris Statlander, Ty Conti, and Sheeta are in the rankings as well. And they didn't enter anything. So I was like, I think they're gonna end up building that way. And I think we're gonna have pretty much a rubber match in the tournament between Sheeta and Deeb. So I think we get that second match at Full Gear, and then we get the rubber match in the tournament. So, yeah,
I'm down with that.
Same, because I think it's gonna make it more interesting because I think we kind of already know who's winning that tournament as it is. It's between two people, to be perfectly honest. Because if it's not, because I mean, again, Thunder Rosa could potentially do anything, but I don't think she's winning this. It's between Jade Cargill and Ruby Soho. Because you're either going to keep Jade Cargill undefeated and have this title, or you're going to have Ruby Soho. You're either going to have Jade get defeated by Ruby Soho or Thunder Rosa. Because Jade Cargill right now is number 1 in the rankings. So you're either going to have Thunder Rosa take the number 1 spot by beating Jade Cargill, or you're going to have Jade Cargill in the finals against Ruby Soho, and then Ruby Soho beats Jade Cargill, which would still probably catapult Thunder Rosa to the top of the rankings. So, because there's no way in hell I see Jade Cargill and Britt Baker going against each other at all.
Their personalities are too similar.
Yeah, so you might be right on that one.
And Jade Cargill kind of foreshadowed her potentially winning the TBS title, which her saying that bitch show.
That was. I thought that was like amazing that she was able to already flip that.
It took me a while to kind of click, and I was like, "Oh wait, oh shit, that's right, that's TBS."
TBS, yeah.
Like I caught that immediately. I was like, I think I said to Ashley, I was like, "Oh, she should get the belt just off of that." Just off of that, she should get the belt because she was able to, say that.
I agree.
I was gonna throw Anna Jay's name in the hat in the mix, but
I could. I mean, so the thing is, I'm pretty sure every woman who's probably not in the I have a feeling that every woman who's not going to be number 1 contender right away is probably going to be in this tournament. So I can see the Nylas, the Jades, the Statlanders, the Rubies. Sky Blue says she wants to be in it. So I can see a lot of women being in this tournament, depending on how big they want this tournament to be. I can see a lot of women in the tournament. So matter of how many. Come on.
We're definitely seeing Red Velvet in that tournament.
Oh, Red Velvet too. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Red Velvet. Anyway. What was...
So I definitely see a lot of women in this tournament.
What was
just a matter of how long they want it to go before they crown a TBS champion. But I definitely see any woman who's not number 1 contender in this tournament.
Yeah, that's true. And this is also going to solve a problem that AEW has in its women's division, because if you have that mid-card title, that workhorse title, it's going to give other women something to strive for and able to showcase themselves other than just being in line waiting for a AEW Women's Championship opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Because they're going to make this tournament as star-studded as possible.
I would hope so. Give me a 16-woman tournament.
Yeah,
at the least.
As star-studded as possible.
You're going to have to, because you're going to have to put people onto TBS now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. So wait, all right, so then let's ask this. Do we think this tournament is going to be strictly on TBS?
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Hopefully they don't pull that bullshit they did last time with the whole half USA thing. So I hope they keep it strictly on TBS.
Let us watch every fucking match, AEW.
I think the worst they could do, because obviously they wouldn't do it in Japan, but the worst they could do is maybe have a match or two on Elevation or Dark.
That's fine.
I could deal with that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying is like probably the worst that they'll do if they're gonna not make all these matches on TBS.
Like, I could be fine with that.
But there's absolutely no reason that all these matches shouldn't be on TBS, because you want to put viewers onto TBS and remind them, hey, Dynamite's on TBS now.
True enough. Now another, and I forgot to talk about it during the Dante Martin stuff, but one thing I was alluding to was the Leo Rush stuff. And
Leo.
I believe that what they might end up doing, because Leo is basically, he's scouting at this point. Now, I don't know how far along Dante Martin's brother is doing. I don't know what his recovery is looking like. But if they want to build Top Fight's longevity and they want to build some type of feud within that, you could have Leo build his own stable with himself, Dante Martin, and Private Party. And look, and not for them to compete with NXT, WWE, whatever, but this could be their pseudo answer to Hit Row, Hurt Business, New Day, if done right. Because the in-ring stuff is there. And with Leo Rush on the mic, no problem whatsoever. So, but they would have to do it in a way to where they do things in AEW and outside of AEW. So, but we'll have to see. But that's my theory, that we may potentially get a stable with those four men. Now, the Acclaimed, and rightfully so. Thank you, Tony Khan, for fixing this shit. The Acclaimed,
I really want them to win those belts so bad.
They are number one in the rankings in the tag division. As it should be.
Titles, though.
They may not. They may not, and I don't expect them to.
Sadly.
But at least for right now, some type of justice is being served. So, if they win, fantastic. I don't expect them to, because, again, I still think the Lucha Brothers have 2 defenses before they lose those titles. And I don't think they're gonna go through one hell of a match with the Young Bucks just to lose them automatically. Especially since we just had one title change and another imminent title change at Full Gear. They may lose those titles in December.
I think there's going to be a Winners Coming kind of special, and that's where they're going to lose them. And
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. But It would just be so nice if the Acclaimed actually did beat them.
It would be. But I think that win is designated for Proud and Powerful, which is why I do believe they haven't been showcased on TV since they beat FTR.
Mm.
So, yeah, I think they're trying to do the out of sight, out of mind thing. So that way, when it does pop up, because they're not even in the rankings right now. Because right now we have the Acclaim, Bucks, Jurassic Express, FTR, and surprisingly Private Party in the top 5.
Mm.
Which, in crazy enough, Lucha Brothers have not lost a match together. They're 12-0.
Wait, what? No, they lost to the Bucks.
No,
not most recently, but
no. Phoenix and Pac lost against the Bucks.
You're right.
But Penta and Phoenix haven't lost against anybody, which is crazy because that's not even something that pops up.
Huh.
They're at this point, they're the only undefeated tag team. That's just surprising.
Really? Nobody has ever beat the Lucha Bros?
Yeah?
Huh. Really?
Maybe in 2021.
Hold on. You might. Because they might be doing that whole 2020 shit. But that means they would have to have 20 matches this whole year, right?
I think so.
Shit, you have a point there too. Huh.
Maybe they took an L in 2020 or a few L's in 2020. Because remember that win-loss record renews every year.
But have they had that many matches together this year though?
They've apparently had 12.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see at least 12 matches.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. So, damn, they had a lot of matches. Oh, because they were wrestling in AAA as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so far, how it's looking. Let's see, 2021.
AEW needs to show the win-loss record per year as well.
Yes.
They really should. Because we're looking at, let's see, 1. Oh, well, damn. No, I think this 12-0 record it might be strictly for 2021, the way that it's looking right now. Because I'm looking at Rampage and Dynamite. Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. Hold on. Because they actually have 6-man tags on here as well. Fuck you for that website. and they have 8-man. So, no, I think this might be all of AEW. Yeah. Yep. This is all of AEW.
Huh.
They've gone undefeated in tag matches with each other, all of AEW. Because, it even shows, they defeated Adam Page and Omega.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Yeah. That's a fucking sleeper team right there in terms of AEW.
How do they go so under the radar to not boast about being undefeated in AEW?
I guess because like you said, the whole family shit, then the whole death triangle. So all the combinations, you tend to forget that when Penta and Phoenix are together, they don't lose.
Damn.
Because I think once you had the Pac and Phoenix shit, it kind of offset things to where it's like you weren't even thinking about the Lucha Brothers as a pairing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think at that point you had Pac challenge Kenny, you had Phoenix challenge Kenny, you had Penta challenge Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
So that really just threw everything off.
Then you had that one brief moment where Penta and Cody had fought each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they didn't get the moments where they were like injured or away doing AAA shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's AAA shit all over this too. So yeah. AEW with the booking.
Man.
Make you forget about shit in the best way possible. But yeah. We're gonna get Lucha Brothers and the Acclaimed. Is that on Rampage or is that gonna be on Dynamite?
Tomorrow.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then there we go. Damn, Rampage is fucking stacked. So we got Punk and Daniel Garcia.
Has 4 matches tomorrow.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the Acclaimed Lucha Brothers, Punk, Daniel Garcia. So what else we have?
I think it's Jade Cargill and Sky Blue.
Yeah.
Really? Huh. Okay.
And I forgot the 4th match. Hold on.
So that'll be a quick match, the Cargill and Sky Blue match.
Yeah, I think so too.
Unfortunately.
Huh.
Because Sky Blue though.
Sky Blue
though. Ricky Starks and Brian Cage for the FTW championship.
The Philly Street Fight.
Oh, we forgot to talk about Ricky Starks.
No, we didn't.
We
didn't forget. We didn't.
We just didn't care enough. And here's the reason why. I mentioned it earlier because I had stated that if you're not in a scheduled match, there's no reason you should be in ring gear. I don't give a shit if you're on Elevation or Dark. You're supposed to be showcasing the fact that you weren't scheduled tonight on that night. Come out in some regular clothes, then go back and put your gear on if you got a match later. Brian Cage, you don't live in your fucking gear.
No,
I think I've seen Brian Cage in like regular clothes maybe once or twice. Every other time, it's in his fucking ring gear.
Apparently, he lives in that gear.
I know you don't walk around in your ring gear all day, Brian Cage.
Watch him walk around in his home, just like in ring gear.
Then I would take my words back. But as
Can
of
you
right
imagine
now,
breaking into somebody's house and they're just like in full-on ring gear?
It would be fucking weird.
I would, if I was a person trying to break into somebody's house and like the person shows up in ring gear, like they turn that corner and they're in full-on ring gear, I don't know if I would either be like shocked or just like bust out laughing. Just like what? We got a ref here too. Like ring the fucking bell. Jesus.
No, I couldn't. No, I don't even want to imagine it. I just got to tell Brian one thing.
Find some cashies, man.
Stop it. Stop it. Don't let me catch you in that ring gear no more unless you got a goddamn match. You heard me.
This is why Brian Cage doesn't go to WWE, because he can't get out of his ring gear.
Right? They might appreciate it because that WWE does this shit all the fucking time.
Right.
Run out. Hold on. We got to play your music real quick. Now run out with your ring gear. So we can make a tag team match, player.
Oh, God. You know what? Lip, just for that, you just scheduled yourself a match with The Undertaker.
There you go.
Holla, holla.
Holla, holla. But, of course, out of all that extra shit out the way, we got the main event, which was the Casino ladder match. It was shorter than expected, for me at least, and
I did
very sweet.
Exactly.
I know.
They gave us everything we needed.
They did. Because we got Pac and Cassidy in the very beginning to kind of refuel that feud for a little bit. Then
wait, guys! Before we get to something here, I'm sending y'all something on Instagram, and
interesting.
I just want y'all to take a look at this because it has to deal with Daniel Garcia.
Whoa. I might lose y'all for a second.
Am I supposed to? Huh.
Whoa.
Huh.
Damn.
Huh. Okay.
That's interesting.
Very.
Look. This right here is the embodiment of somebody putting in overtime. Daniel Garcia clearly wants to build up his resume. And for those of you who are wondering what the fuck we're talking about, CM Punk on Rampage.
Alex
I'm
Shelley.
not sure. Oh, we have Alex Shelley on the 8th, which that's the same
Well, Rampage was recorded. Rampage was recorded.
Oh, that's right.
Last night. Yeah.
Pre-recorded. Okay, so yeah. So from there, yeah. So then basically tomorrow, Alex Shelley. And it looks like, I guess, the 9th, it's going to be Minoru Suzuki. And then the 10th, Davey Richards. So he's going...
Daniel Garcia has quickly become somebody I could not give less of a fuck about. To, all right, man, you're putting in work,
right?
Look, as of right now, I don't know who's going to take that title off of Sammy Guevara, but what it's going to end up turning to is going to end up being Daniel Garcia.
It's a possibility.
Daniel Garcia may be the one to take that title off of Sammy Guevara. Because, again, I've already stated that we're going to end up having a lot of TNT Championship title reigns in the year of 2022.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be showcasing what the fuck. And right here is a fucking resume that says, yo, put some gold on me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm working.
Clearly, because that shit... And I want to watch every one of these fucking matches.
Yeah.
And I will.
Especially that Suzuki match.
I will try my best to find them.
Oh, that's not going to be a problem.
This is why we have streams. I mean, what?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, but yeah.
But
so this the thing, right? With this match in particular, I knew whoever the Joker was going to win because you had 3 different beefs in one match. So I just knew whoever the Joker was going to be the winner. And that's why I had text y'all that Hangman was going to be the Joker because that's the workaround to him getting his title shot again.
Absolutely.
It had to be. For a minute, I thought, oh, this could be a way to introduce Wyndham, but that would have been
yeah.
It would have been a waste, though, in my opinion.
Because it's not necessary. I think
exactly.
I saw the internet that was going to be Buddy.
That would have been cool, but again, that wouldn't have been necessary because if you think about him inserting himself into the match, anybody who would have won the Casino Battle Royal would have been a throwaway match for Kenny because nobody would have taken that title off of Kenny.
Yeah.
That was in that match. Not Orange, definitely not Hardy, not Mox at the moment, not Archer. Andrade, if they didn't put the AAA title on him, they weren't going to put this on him. Pac, they haven't built him up to this point to where it's like, oh, he's going to be credible enough to take the title off of him, unless it was like months ago, Pac. So, yeah. And Buddy Murphy, there's definitely no way they would have catapulted him like right to the main event scene, especially over Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Because at this point right now, and it's no disrespect to what they call Buddy Matthews, what they call him now.
Matthews, yeah.
No disrespect to Buddy Matthews, but he's at this point right now until they do something better with him, a top mid-card act at best. Again, no slight to him. It's just the way that it looks on the landscape right now. So, and there's no way that I could see him like getting ahead of Miro, getting ahead of Malachi Black, et cetera, because these are already established characters.
Because he would have got that title shot and lost.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it would have been a waste.
So Hangman is the only one that made sense. Yeah. I mean, personally, I've been aiming for Hangman to win this fucking title for the longest.
I mean,
right?
Yes, you have.
Right now is the time to pull that fucking trigger because, again, there is no better time, especially at the very last fucking minute, to do this shit than at Full Gear.
Does he still kick out the One Wing Angel?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Look, the ovation that Hangman got last night, there's no fucking way that he does not kick out of the One Wing Angel. They are looking for a pop. That is going to be and the reason I say that is because the One Wing Angel is not even going to fucking matter in the Omega and Danielson match.
No,
it's not going to matter at all. Because what we're going to get is storylines in between that. Omega, and again, I could be wrong, but I'm calling this shit right now. Omega going to lose to Hangman. He's going to feel like the whole elite shit has taken him away from his best bout machine gimmick. And he's going to go in to try to find himself all over again. Now, I don't know if that's either going to be before the Danielson match or after. I'm pretty sure it's going to be before because there's no bigger loss to him than losing the AEW championship. And then to have to go in against possibly one of the greatest professional wrestlers in all of professional wrestling.
And then lose that match too.
He's either going to have some type of reflection moment to be like, I'm going into this. I need to make sure that I'm at the best or at the top of my game. Or we get him going in and losing to Danielson and then having that resurgence after that.
And see, all of this would be beautiful because 3-4. If we take away Cutler, Nakazawa, and the Good Brothers, 3/4 of this group is Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, exactly.
So Kenny losing the belt at Full Gear, him losing it. Kevin Steen shows up in January. Calls holy hell. The next thing you know, Kenny's on the outs.
There you go. Simple. Look, simple as that. And then everything works its way out.
Wait a minute. 1 second. Kevin Steen's contract expires in January, right?
Yes.
Doesn't he still have to wait the 90 days?
Nope.
I don't,
because he will officially ride out here. If they don't fuck him over, he would do the same thing Moxley did. He's able to ride out the contract so he can do whatever right after. Or same thing with Adam Cole, like how Adam Cole was able to show up right then and there. I think the only thing that will happen is the same thing Cole said was that he might have to wait a week because WWE still might try to do some of the contract negotiations. But it's the same thing with Moxley, the same thing with Cole. He would successfully ride out the full contract unless they pull some bullshit and like fire him in like December or January or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, because that is how that shit does work.
Wouldn't that be fucking underhanded as hell if they like fired him in December?
That's what they've done though.
That's what I'm saying. That would be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
They've done that to a lot of people because what happens is they let go a lot of people to enforce it. Like they don't give a shit about paying you. They'll pay you those 90 days just to make sure you don't make waves elsewhere. Mm-hmm. So if you in your contract, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, yeah, he could easily say fuck it, which it seems like it's going that way. So if hypothetically speaking in terms of this, if we're talking about Kevin Owens being interjected in this, and we've already talked about the SCS, you're talking about the Elite breaking up and spawning off 3 different types of storylines. Kenny with his resurgence, the Bucks and Cole after winning the trios titles, going with Kevin Steen, who starts to basically vie for the AEW or TNT championship. Mm-hmm. Then you have the Good Brothers going over there with Punk and Serena D for this new age straight edge society. Perfect.
And you know what's the good part about all of this? Like, you know what's even great about all of these storylines?
What's that?
What's that?
None of them needs Don Callis.
Nah, Callis stays with Omega.
None of them needs Don Callis. That's the beauty of it.
Ooh, you know what? Callis will be there for Omega and Hangman.
Yeah, he will. He will. And that is a beautiful thing.
No,
I'm pretty sure that's a beautiful thing. No. The reason I say that is because look, this is why he's been gone this whole time. Callis is getting these suits ready because on the lead up, because he's been waiting for Hangman to come back so that way he can start making his promos against Hangman, talking his shit, looking good in these suits.
In the words of Darth Vader, no. Look,
it's all about Drip King Callis, man. I'm just telling you.
All right. So everybody, you can find me. It's down there at the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because he keeps calling this man this. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
I don't keep calling him this. It's what has been it's what has been thrust upon.
Yeah, we out.
Look, man.
Out. Peace. We out.
Look, man, DKC is the one for me, all right?
Oh, God. No.
Yeah, it's a good... DKC is the one for me.
Etu, Jaeger. Etu.
What do you mean Etu? That man has been fresh to death for a minute.
No, he has not. You know what?
Swag is damn near the Scootical level, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God! Don't you? No.
I mean, it's not there yet, but I mean, it's above the pinnacle.
I'm just saying. Right around the corner. I mean, how can you deny this, man?
How
can you deny that?
Look like a young Michael Bolton. Look at that.
Hair flowing in the wind.
He did the thing.
It's crazy. Scoot dipped while Callis dripped. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Jaeger died for a second.
I'm just saying, but either way, to be like, I know we didn't really jump into the fucking casino ladder match, but I mean, it was already said and done before it even happened.
Well,
we already knew the Joker was going to win.
Let's cover some high spots. Cassidy decided to throw the ladder back out when Pac was putting it in. That was funny. Matt Hardy did his infamous leg drop through a table, which was scary because he has back issues. During the commercial break, I had to rewind and watch this because Lance Archer apparently dominated everybody.
Which, that's another thing that I was thinking because with the fucking commercial break. Yo, Scoot, welcome back. You dipped while Callis dripped, man. That's crazy.
Nah. I think what had happened was my finger slipped. My finger
dipped while Callis dripped because your finger slipped.
My finger slipped all the way to the leave studio button. And clicked it and everything.
Slipped to the escape key. Yeah, we got you.
Slipped because of the drip, man. I get it. That hair was flowing in the wind. But my bad, Jaeger. We'll get back to it. But the commercial break, that surprised me because Archer wasn't even out yet. Then the commercial break hit, and then he just magically appeared in the fucking ring.
Well, yeah, there was like a minute left on the counter when they went to commercial break. I was like, he's gonna show up, or somebody's gonna show up, and like we're gonna not really even pay attention to it. And then by the time I looked up when the show was back on, like on full screen, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, what did Archer do?" And I had to like rewind and take a look. But after that, we had what else did we have? What was another spot? Oh yeah, when Hangman showed up, he freaking did a dead eye to Pac through the table. And I don't know how Pac or Hangman were able to walk after that. Hangman for his knees and Pac for his everything.
Hangman sold that shit because I thought he like legitimately hurt himself.
Yeah, he really looked like he did. Was it Pac to Andrade or Andrade to Pac where they did that
Sunset Bomb?
The Sunset Bomb. Oh,
that was Andrade to Pac.
Yeah, Andrade and to Pac. That was freaking fire. And then Hangman did something to Pac.
I would say
I want to say on the ladder as well.
I would say to me, the whole spot of the night, honestly, was when Hangman came out of nowhere and hit that buckshot on Archer.
Oh yeah.
That was beautifully timed and beautifully shot.
All you get is Archer turning around and then bam, Hangman.
It was like, damn.
I was like, oh shit, he's all right. All right, we good.
But I will say this. Moxley definitely kept trying to play spoiler.
Yo, for real.
It was like Moxley
to the point that Moxley got booed.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, Moxley, go on somewhere. This ain't meant for you to win.
You know what, though? I think Moxley finally got it when the ghost pushed him off the ladder.
Yes.
I don't know what that was about, but Moxley just said, all right, fuck it, I'm done.
Which I like the way that he sold it because it was very different because it was almost like one of those like late reaction things. It was like, oh shit. Yeah, your punches kind of affected me more than I thought they did.
Yeah, like the fatigue set in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, I'm down. So it was a bit different from like how things are normally booked. Like if we see like a ladder match of this variety, to the point to where it's like, okay, I'm cool with that because it wasn't one of those situations where it was like, okay, everybody's going to climb all these fucking ladders and then all of a sudden this person falls off, that person falls off. We have this epic moment here and then we got them climbing up and then grabbing the shit. it was different.
It sounds like a different kind of promotion that's done something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? There may be a little bit of PTSD from some promotions from the New York territory.
It's funny. It's funny that they say New York instead of Connecticut. Like,
yeah, I know.
Connecticut makes more sense.
And it's funny because it actually fucking does.
Right.
But who are we?
Right.
But
did they make AEW the like Jacksonville territory?
Yes.
In a way. In a way, because I mean, Tony Khan is synonymous with Jacksonville for a number of reasons. But yeah.
Yeah, so Hangman notices that nobody else is coming up in the ring or like trying to climb the ladder, so he just like hops his happy ass up the ladder and grabs a giant poker chip.
With a little bit of trouble.
A little bit.
But I mean, yeah, it was pretty much set in stone. I mean, this is the way to go. Long time storytelling. Everybody needs that fucking payoff. Everybody wants his payoff. Yeah. And I mean, if they weren't sure before this match started, they should have been damn sure by the time he came out, because the pop and ovation that he got was solidified that he needs to be that fucking champion. Yeah. And it's one of the main reasons why, again, long-term storytelling to the point to where it's like Chris Jericho was the first AEW champion beating Hangman, and you can clearly see the differences in the reaction that he got when he went against Chris Jericho to now. He's a much bigger star now than he was then. I almost think that was by design, that they did it like that.
Well, look at all the story building they've done for him since then.
Absolutely. So
they made him an alcoholic. They made him wrote it to where he found friends in the Dark Order. Like, found a family, even if you want to even call it that. They
did you see the promo during? You ain't see the promo, did you, Jaeger?
During Road to the Top.
Road to the Top.
Yeah.
Oh, so after he won, of course, Schiavone was back there interviewing him, and he had multiple beers, and he was like, Schiavone was like, hey, Kenny is still champion. They're joined by Adam Cole, and he was like, whoa, Adam Cole, like, and then he was like, so what's up? And he was like, well, it's no secret, I had a baby. I got tired of being at home. I had to get my ass back to work. I ran the PTO. he was like, around the PTO, so I had to come back. And then Tony was like asking him, when is he going to cash in? He was like, Tony, I just won it. Calm down. You know what I'm saying? Here, have a beer. Let's celebrate. You know what I'm saying? There's some other people I need to go celebrate with too, and everything like that. Like, relax. And that's basically the gist of the whole interview.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the best thing about it that I like is that there was still that previous Hangman where he was still dodging certain questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that they kept that consistent, but he did acknowledge the fact that he did have to go talk to some previous friends.
Yes.
And stuff like that. So I like that. So that does show growth, but that still shows that there's still some hesitancy in being in this position. So I like that, which means it's gonna mean a lot more when he goes into this match with Omega.
Mm-hmm.
To kick out of that goddamn one-winged angel.
That's gonna be something.
I can't imagine the size of this pop.
Oh, it's gonna be. I'm gonna say this. Where's Full Gear at again? I forgot.
They said Minneapolis, right?
Wherever Full Gear is at. If they literally don't blow the roof off when that happens, then throw the whole pay-per-view away.
I mean, I got to agree with you there, man.
Yes, throw the whole pay-per-view away.
Yeah, it's in Minnesota.
Yeah, just throw the whole pay-per-view away if the crowd doesn't go ape shit crazy. Throw the whole pay-per-view away.
We got it, yeah, in a little bit over a month, November 13th.
Mm-hmm.
So they got about a good 4 weeks and about 8 shows to help build this shit up. So there is no excuse, even though all of it is right there already. So you know, but yeah, this was pretty much AEW Dynamite, and then some extra shit on top of extra shit on top of extra shit in a nutshell. I'll leave it to my bros here. Any final thoughts on this AEW Dynamite episode, or anything else that we've talked about, or anything that we haven't talked about that you want to drop on the peeps tonight?
Serena Deeb. That's Serena Deeb was like the MVP of the week. Like, I love a good heel, and I love a good heel turn, whatever they want to say for that. She's definitely was my MVP of this week.
I'm with that. I'm definitely with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jaeger, what about you?
2 words. Cowboy shit.
Hey.
Cowboy shit indeed.
I was sad they didn't get to pull it off. I was saying I was sad they didn't get to pull it off sooner. Make it for All Out. But looking back on it, I'm sure there's another person that's in this little video who is also a little upset about that. However, looking back on it, hindsight being 2020, I don't know if my heart would have been able to handle that with Adam Cole debuting, with Bryan Danielson debuting, with Ruby Soho debuting.
Oh, man.
It's okay. The fluff is out the way. We got those debuts. That's done.
Yeah.
The only thing we got to worry about now at this point is fucking Wyndham Rotunda. But that's not going to get in the way of shit. Because, and you know what? Here's my final thoughts. At Full Gear, I am fully gearing up to get my shit back.
Whoa, sir. That's
4
all
weeks.
This hostility.
A little bit over a month. It's happening.
My question is, what if this results in a tie of some sort? Does Scoot keep that monstrosity that he showed us?
Oh no, I plan on going balls to the wall like I did last time, and I ended up on the wrong end of the spectrum. There's gonna be a definitive winner in this shit. I will build up a point system that's going to eliminate all discrepancies.
Okay.
Get my shit back.
I was too much of a stand for Anna Jay. And I really had faith in AEW to not make the Joker the winner. Due to their track record. But now they've gone 2-0 with Jokers being winners.
That's true.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no. Oh, wait, Scoot. See, we can't hear what you're saying, and it's probably for good reason.
You know, I said all of that hostility is unnecessary because, to be honest, it was your fault you lost. You chose to go with that wild ass theory, so that was your fault.
He does have a point there.
No,
That was 100%. Because the thing was, other than me choosing the Lucha Bros, y'all chose CM Punk. You messed up with that whole Hangman theory.
That's because that's what was supposed to happen. I was sticking to the plan like Tony Khan should have stuck to the plan. But I get it. He said, you know what? We're not going to stick to the plan. We're going to have Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson come in and do this shit. That's going to alleviate Hangman having to fuck. Look, nobody told Hangman to go and get his wife pregnant. Hey, look, Hangman, congratulations. Nothing against that shit. I believe in all the good shit. Hey, bring a nice kid into this world. Bring a kid into the next generation of wrestling. Fan-fucking-tastic. But you still fuck me over on this. Now, look, Tony Khan, he had to call an audible. I understand that. I get it. But I was like, you know what? I have faith that they're going to stick to the script, that Hangman isn't going to let me down. Hangman let me down. Unintentionally, intentionally he did. But it's okay. It's okay. I will wear the crown again. And it will be a new crown. It will be a one-differous crown.
Okay.
Is it going to be like extra bedazzled or something?
It should be. It should be. I need to have it bedazzled and dangling all types of jewelry from it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
I will become the new drip king. Lit drip king. That sounds weird. That sounds very weird. But I'm sticking with it. Lit drip king, LDK. That also sounds very weird. And no, this isn't LD energy either.
That took me exactly 1 second, but I
am. But yes, fully geared to get my shit back. And look, honestly, for those of you who stuck around for the end of this shit, this is what your reward is. You get this fucking banter. And not the ninja banter, which ninja banter you'll get, what is it, Scoot, every Friday, every Saturday?
Next Friday we're gonna do another one.
Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, ninja banter. Look out for that shit as well. But look forward to me winning my crown back at Full Gear. Or winning a new crown. I can't say winning crown back. Winning a new crown at Full Gear. Because the old crown is going into retirement. So, yeah. You holding that is that ring that you keep holding this ring up? Like, is that your thing? Is that something now? Did I miss something? This ring that you're holding up? Is that your...
I mean... I've made references to said ring before, so
you got some mass assailants to help you keep that ring on that finger.
I don't know what y'all keep talking about. I made references to this ring before, and this was my prize for dethroning the king that I was blessed with thy ring, and so
okay. I mean, look, get used to it. 4 weeks. You might want to wear it on all 4 fingers. Just give each finger, a nice little, nice little ring time. And I say 4 fingers because the thumb is not a finger. For those of you who are like, oh, you got 5 fingers. No, the thumb is not considered a finger. Not a biology lesson here. Either way, regardless of all that bullshit, Jaeger, let these I can't say let these motherfuckers know because that's Scoot shit. Let these beautiful ladies of the IWC know where they can find you.
Well, I mean, some ladies are motherfuckers, but It's been on the crawl, but TikTok, IG, Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation, it's all one thing. It's all me. It's all Jaeger Bombastic. Oh, and if you really just want to get at me, just check your DMs. I might already be there.
Oh. Spoiler alert for some of you.
How about you, Scoot? Where you at?
Oh, me. You can find me sitting upon my throne in the Scootical, waiting to be challenged. I'm waiting for Full Gear. I'm waiting for this to happen so that way I can reign supreme throughout the rest of the year.
With mass assailants.
That's where you can find me. I don't know who those 5 gentlemen were. I don't know. But I'm just saying. No face, no case. And it's been at the bottom through the crawls, the former king's name is first, but here you go, right there. That's the name, the second one. There you go. That's the one, you can follow me in all those other places, chilling. Like I said,
it's a
high throne, in the Scootical, when you think you at the pinnacle, look up. Now, the thing is, I don't know how this is going to work because the person who's supposed to give y'all positivity needs the positivity himself.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know how this works today because he came for me. I was just sitting here chilling. He came for me. So however how this works, Dizzle, you let the people know where they can get positivity and, whatever, all these things. Go ahead and let the people know where they can get their daily dose of positivity.
You're right. Lifestyle 1UP. All that positivity and all daily serving of goodness for whenever some obnoxious person comes to try to steal all your thunder with all their negative, higher than ever energy that comes from somewhere up in the clouds on their high pedestal of negativity. They try to rain down on your positivity parade. Just get your daily dose. Lifestyle 1UP. All your podcast listening platforms.
Just angelic. Just
IG, TikTok, Twitter, all that good shit. YouTube. But if you want to get froggy and leap with the toad, Lip D's lay is where you want to be at. All the social media BS that I don't like, but I still am on for some odd reason. Your IGs, your Twitters, your TikToks, your YouTubes, etc., etc., etc. I'm there, I guess. Hit me up. But
I remember when those lifestyle 1UPs were on IG, but
yeah, they're coming back. Look, hiatus. I was sick. All this other stuff was going on. Look, matter of fact, y'all be hearing about that later. We'll talk about that. Anyway, like always, whether you loved it or hated it, thumbs up, thumbs down, don't forget to rate it. Leave all your comments, questions, concerns, your DMs for Jaeger, ladies, if that's what you want. Your heat for Scoot, your suggestions of what I need to review or what the fuck ever for me. I don't care. Just put the shit down there. We want it all. Jinder Mahal, if you want to plead your case, I'll be happy to put you in your place. But hit that notification bell for all the updates on your Jaegers After Dark and Elevation, your Scoots Wrestling this month. Scoop
Yeah,
with the
stuff.
scoops. Tag me in, hot tags, the tag tier list, all the good shit, all the controversial shit that we're going to be dropping down. It's all there. Get the updates for it. But most importantly, mother effing subscribe. Because at the end of the day, the support is what matters. Trying to build this tag army, this conglomerate, the potential conglomerate. And just remember, Dr. Britt Baker is a fan of is a friend. I can't say fan. I don't even want to say fan. Is a friend of the show.
I mean, you see it in the beginnings.
You do. You do.
She's letting y'all know.
T.A.G, DMD, vice versa. But most importantly, as I hit my bros with a nice warmed up, bow, too sweet.
Wait, my ring hand kind of heavy.
Oh my gosh.
I got to struggle.
You know what? I didn't think we could ever ruin the too sweet, man.
I should leave you hanging for that, but I can't deny it too sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do it one more time.
I'll do it with the other.
Oh, this guy.
This fucking
guy. This guy. Full gear can't come soon enough. Bada bam.
I'm gonna have fun this month.
As I humbly humble myself, I bid you all adieu. And as always, until next time, you beautiful mother effers, tag the fucketh out.